The sky was a shade of ashen gray, smothered in thick clouds of smoke. Beneath it, the forests of California were ablaze, flames crackling and roaring like an angry beast. Every year, wildfires raged across the western United States, fueled by dry conditions, soaring temperatures, and fierce winds. The destruction they left in their wake was devastating, not just for humans, but for the countless animals that called these forests home. This is the story of how a group of volunteers banded together to save the voiceless victims of these fires. Emma was a wildlife veterinarian who had dedicated her life to the care and rehabilitation of animals. When the news broke of yet another wildfire spreading uncontrollably through the Sierra Nevada mountains, she knew she couldn't sit idly by. She packed her gear, first aid kits, medical supplies, tranquilizers, and food, and called her small team of volunteers. Her team was diverse. Alex, a forestry expert, Jenna, a firefighter with a passion for wildlife, Miguel, a skilled drone operator, and Lily, a student with a knack for organizing supplies. Together they formed the Wildlife Guardians, a group committed to rescuing animals from the inferno. The drive to the affected area was eerily silent. The roads were lined with fleeing families, their cars packed with belongings. But Emma's team headed in the opposite direction, toward the danger. When they arrived at their base camp near the forest's edge, the scale of the disaster became clear. Birds flew in chaotic patterns, their nests lost to the flames. Deer, bears, and smaller mammals were fleeing toward the outskirts, many with burns and visible injuries. The air was thick with the acrid smell of smoke, and the heat was oppressive. Alex quickly surveyed the area using Miguel's drones. The drones were equipped with thermal cameras, allowing them to detect animals in need of help even through the dense smoke. "The fire's spreading fast," Alex reported, his voice tense. "There's a family of deer trapped near the river. If we don't act now, they won't make it." Jenna led the way as the team navigated through the scorched terrain. She used her firefighter training to assess the safest routes, avoiding areas where trees threatened to collapse. They found the deer, a doe and 2 fawns, cornered by flames near the riverbank. Emma worked quickly, using tranquilizer darts to calm the terrified animals. Once sedated, the team carried them to safety, loading them into their specially equipped truck. The fawns whimpered softly, but Emma assured them they would be okay. This was just the beginning. Over the next week, the Wildlife Guardians worked tirelessly. They set up temporary shelters for injured animals, treating burns and providing food and water. They rescued a bald eagle with singed wings, a family of raccoons hiding in a hollowed-out tree, and even a mountain lion cub separated from its mother. The team faced constant challenges. The fires were unpredictable, and shifting winds could turn a safe zone into a danger zone in minutes. Their resources were limited, and every decision carried weight. Saving one animal often meant leaving others behind. Despite the hardships, there were moments of hope and triumph. One evening, while monitoring the forest with the drone, Miguel spotted a black bear cub clinging to a tree. Its fur was scorched, and it was crying out in fear. The team sprang into action. Jenna and Alex worked to cut a path through the underbrush while Emma prepared a sedative. The rescue was harrowing. Flames licked at their heels as they carried the cub to safety. But when they finally reached the base camp, the exhausted team cheered. The cub, though injured, would survive. As the days turned into weeks, the fire was eventually brought under control by firefighters. The Wildlife Guardians had rescued dozens of animals, but the devastation was a stark reminder of the increasing frequency and intensity of wildfires. Emma knew that their work couldn't end with the fire's extinguishment. The team began collaborating with local conservation groups to address the long-term effects on the ecosystem. They worked to reintroduce animals to their habitats, rebuild shelters, and advocate for better forest management practices. Months after the fire, the forest began to heal. Green shoots emerged from the blackened ground, and animals tentatively returned to their homes. The bear cub they had rescued was released back into the wild, strong and healthy. Emma and her team stood at the edge of the forest, watching as the cub disappeared into the trees. They knew the road ahead was long, but moments like this made it all worthwhile. Their story spread, inspiring others to join the cause. Donations poured in, allowing the wildlife guardians to expand their operations and prepare for the next inevitable fire season. The wildfires of America are a stark reminder of the delicate balance between nature and human activity. But amidst the destruction, stories like that of the wildlife guardians shine as a beacon of hope. Their mission continues, not just to rescue animals, but to advocate for a world where such disasters become less frequent. Because every life, no matter how small, is worth saving.